I saw a lot of fight. We know what we're getting. We know what we're in for, and really the game was our greatest fear. It really was. They had no turnovers. We had a couple miscues. We never really got it going offensively when we really needed to get it going offensively to help our defense. I thought our defense played really well, but the story of the game really is, they have 303 total offensive yards. I mean, that's like extraordinarily great defense for us. But we just didn't have the output we needed. Give them credit. Their defense was really good and pressured us a lot. And we had a lot of negative plays, a lot of, sacks, just give them credit. They took our comfort zone away, okay? I mean, I know all you guys are going to look at possession time, 41 minutes to 18:59. It's more about our offense and their failures against their defense than it is our defense against their offense. We just didn't do our part at all offensively. You look at the number of plays for the game, 74 to 44. You got to make the best of those 44 plays, and we didn't make the best of that. And so wish them well. They've been on a run. I warned our guys. They've been on a run, and we were prepared knowing that they've been on a run. But give Coach Simmons and his staff a lot of credit. They've been on the road, went and beat Indy, who was the GLVC champ, went and beat Ashland, who was the GLIAC champ, and then came to Ferris State and knocked off a team that was in the semis last year and trying to get back. But the brutal realities of the game of football, we're just going to have to swallow this one and be really proud of what our kids have achieved here in the last 6 years. There's not many of them been here 6 years, but unparalleled success, and that's not coaching, that's playing. So proud of our guys, and wish Harding all the luck in the world moving forward.
Coach, what was Harding able to do defensively to create so much pressure both in the backfield and on the run game?
I have to look at the film. They just, there's times, they were twisting and bringing 4 guys with pressure, 5 guys some. We're in a 6-man protection, and they were getting to Reggie. So they certainly did their part to do great things on defense. And it's one of those things I can sit and evaluate over and over again, but They did what they needed to do to slow us down, and they had a great defensive game plan. And so, I always say this when I lose, so I'll say it again. Coaches lose. Our players fought their butt off. So I'll take full responsibility for the loss. I do it every time we lose. I haven't had to do it much here at Ferris State, but, it's my fault. I didn't have our offense ready to roll at all.
Tony, I think there was about 1:30, 1:40 on the clock, and they were on the 10-yard line. Any thought to letting them go in?
Yeah, we talked about it, actually, when I used my last time out. With 3 minutes to go in the game, we talked about letting them score. It's unconventional, when, they haven't scored yet. And, you never know how an extra point's going to go. We won a game this year by basically a team missing an extra point. You never know how a field goal is going to go. You never know potentially out of a turnover. But, yeah, it was really, I think we called a timeout when they were, our last timeout, when they were on the 30, and we talked about it then. But I just didn't think we'd only scored 2 touchdowns the whole game, so it was tough treading for us the whole time. In retrospect, obviously they used all the clock and had to kick a field goal, but even in the NFL, sometimes under those pressure conditions, a holder, the snapper, the kicker, make a mistake, and so I just didn't want to give them a touchdown, thinking, okay, I'm going to have to roll back and score a touchdown. But it was definitely a thought, and definitely something that we discussed. But really proud of the guys and how how hard they fought, and a great year, and we're good enough to win the whole thing. That's what's true, and I hope Harding can win it all. But we're good enough to win it all when we're playing our level best. But a lot of teams can say that. And Division I, I'm sure there's probably 6 of them fighting right now, thinking, hey, we're the best team in the nation. But we're capable of being that. But we had some good fortune with some teams, and we're able to pull out some narrow victories. And so it's just the nature of the great game of football.
Last week, you talked about their defense and what they did so effectively against you guys today.
They seem to they brought a lot of pressure. We had enough people to block them, and we just couldn't make the big plays. That's all it was.
Thoughts right now about the team of the season like that?
Like you said, we overcame a lot of adversity, and I think down the line it's going to make us better that we got this far just doing this year, so we can only go up from here.
Question for both you guys. Being on the doorstep of getting back to the semifinal game again, can you describe the feeling watching that field goal go in?
It's football. You can sit and say, oh, it made me ill. Quite honestly, I don't, I don't try to feel that way. I wanted to get over there and congratulate Coach Simmons and his staff. It is what it is. Typically, when you're warming up in a game, I would just watch your kicker walk by. But when you warm up pregame, I always tell kickers to go to both ends. Ironically, I said, hey, you can go warm up on our end too. And he warmed up on our end and made the winning field goal. So, congratulations to them. You can sit and feel sorry for yourself over and over again, but I don't feel sorry for myself in this situation. I feel bad for my players, and then I feel a sense of appreciation for everything that everybody's done to make this program the way it is. And I just feel like Harding, when you win, you normally deserve it. So, Harding deserved a victory here. We can sit and cry about it or say, oh my gosh, I about passed out when they kicked a field goal to win the game. No, Harding deserved to win. They outcoached me, and their kids played really hard, and so they move forward. That's the harsh realities of this game. We celebrated some victories where it wasn't all that easy to win, and we won them, and then we felt great about it. Well, it's just the way this brutal game is.